Hello and welcome. It's Michelle Zink with Intentional Solutions Corp. And today we're on strategy number 14. I'm going to take a break from Dan Sullivan's scary guide to these uncertain times and share with you something that really inspired me today. I was looking on the TV and noticed that Joanna from Chip and Joanna Gaines has a new TV show, or actually did like a preview of her new cooking show that she's going to be having on her own network. And Millie and I were watching it, and the big thing that she said that really stood out to me and inspired me and made me remember why I love them so much is she talked about how she thought about having a cooking class or creating a cooking show, excuse me. And she said, I was scared because I've never done this before and how is it going to work and things of that nature. But what she did do was she said, okay, I want to have a cooking show. And then she started strategizing like, well, how could I have a cooking show? And talked about maybe doing it at the house, but then realized she didn't want to do that because that would mess up the routine. And they ended up buying a building and redoing it and everything else. But the big thing that stood out to me was she thought of something new and then took steps forward to actually accomplishing that thing. So she got inspired and didn't say, nope, I can't do it. I don't even have a building. I don't want to do it in my house. So forget it. I'm just not going to do it. She inspired me because she had an idea and she moved forward. So strategy number 14 is, what is something that you've thought about doing that you let go because you thought you couldn't? When I think about my life and what I've been evolving over the last 5 years is I've always thought I wanted to own my own business. And back in the day when I was working for a manufacturing company for 21 years, it would come up and down and I'd have this idea, but I would always think, well, I can't do it. I can't do it because of this, all these reasons. And finally one day I got so to a point that I was, needed some new inspiration in my life and I needed something to actually challenge me. I decided now is the time to figure out what kind of business I want to actually grow. Well, it took me 2 years to figure out, number one, what kind of business I wanted to do. I had to test out a bunch of new business ideas while working at the company I was working for. I failed, I succeeded, I moved forward, I moved back. It took me 2 years, like I said, to even think about what I wanted to do. And then I worked at the company I was working for another year and a half while I was like getting this business up and running. So I share this to say that when you have an idea, it's not usually a quick fix. Now, one idea I had that was definitely quicker fix than that, much quicker, was creating this YouTube channel. I had this idea once everything kind of hit the fan with the coronavirus and thought I'd really like to get on and share with um, a broader group of people some ideas that I have, strategies that I have to help people get through not only this bad time, the pandemic, but just get through normal times. And so I had that idea, and within 2 weeks, I had created that. So much smaller. You're talking about 2 years to 2 weeks. But the big thing is that my brain initially said I couldn't do it. You don't want to be on camera. That's ridiculous. Why are you doing this, Michelle? But then when I really thought about it, I thought about, well, what about all those people who don't hear about me or my video, or what about even the small group, right? Because I created this, I don't even care how many people I reach. That doesn't matter to me. I'm doing it for me because I want to share my knowledge. And if you find me and I help you, that's great because that's really what I want to do. So what inspired me was I had this idea, and of course I had the self-doubt and this isn't going to be good and all these like negative thoughts. But then I really pushed through and realized, well, number one, why do I want to do this? Is number one, because I have a lot of ideas and I'd love to share them. Number two, I know there's people out there that I can help. And number three, I did it for myself. I decided I wanted to do something. I didn't know if I could do it. And just by doing it, I proved to myself that I'm capable of doing difficult things. So the next time something comes up that's difficult, I'm going to go ahead and break it down and just say, what's the next best step? And let's start moving this ball forward. Just like I did when I was trying to figure out what kind of business I want to actually create. I mean, I tried out financial planning, all these different things. I tried them all out. Now I say try them out. I just tested them with people who are already financial planners. I didn't actually become a financial planner, but I asked questions. So strategy number 14 is think about something that you've wanted to do, or even think of something like ask yourself, what is something I want to do? And then when all the negative thoughts come up, just say, well, what's the one next best step I can take? And just start taking that next best step. And then after you do that, the next best step, the next best step, like just keep on permeating and continuing to move forward and creating that momentum. so that we could be like Chip and Joanna, right? I mean, these people, she has no actual training when it comes to design, but that didn't let her stop her. That didn't stop her. That did not let it stop her from creating this amazing TV show and now their own network. I mean, if Chip and Joanna don't inspire you, then look to someone else who inspires you. But just do it. Think of something you want to have created, wanted to have done, wanted to have go visit, whatever you want that it is. Think about it and just do the next best step and get inspired and share below. I want to hear from you guys. I want to hear what you're doing. Because when I hear when other people do things, it inspires me to continue to push myself to think about what do I want to do next. Okay, well, I hope you guys have an amazing weekend. Again, Michelle Zink, Intentional Solutions Corp, and let's meet back here on Monday to get another strategy.